What's going on, guys? I'm here to review and recap episode 9 of Pokémon Horizons. This episode is titled Arrival in Paldea, with the summary for this episode being the rising Volt Tacklers arrive in the Paldea region where Liko'S home is. Liko heads for her home together with Fried and Roy, where they are greeted by her father, Alex. Liko tries to relax now that she's back home for the first time in a while, but she is surprised to learn that Alex wants her to keep staying there. Liko's adventure had just started. Is this where it's going to end? So in this episode, obviously we've arrived in Paldea and we see a lot of Paldean locations such as Orange Academy, for example, and we see a few new Paldean Pokemon. This episode is really focused on, what it's really focused on is focused on Liko and whether she wants to stay home or continue on adventuring, because the crew's main mission was just to get her home safely and back home fine. That was their mission. It's complete now. At first, she just kind of accepts it, thinking that it's just the way things are going to go. It's fine. But of course, that's not what she really wants. That's not what she really wants, right? So she's just, most of the episode, she's just contemplating, like, should I really just stay home or should I keep going, right? We also, like the summary states, we also meet Liko's father, Alex, and his Pokemon, Fido, right? Which, let me just say, it's really cute in this episode. It's really cute, just like it is in the games. I think I caught one. I have the games too. I think I caught one, but I didn't really use it that much. But I just wanted to say, like, it's cute. After spending a little time at his house, Liko decides to go spend a night at the ship to think about what she wants to do. Like, does she want to stay or go, right? And with some advice from Molly and Orla and, her thinking up all night, she gains the confidence to go ahead and go tell her father that she wants to keep on adventuring, learning about her pendant, stuff like that, right? Regarding Liko's father, right? He isn't like, he wants her to stay home, He isn't really comfortable with her going out yet and adventuring, But in this episode, we see him, coming to terms with, she's growing up, right? She can go on the adventure, like, that's fine. Another thing about this episode is that most of the episodes, Brigatito is mostly like, she's kind of like out of it, right? She doesn't really do much, but that's because when they first arrived to his house, her father's house, it's kind of like it sees Liko and Fido like bonding, hugging, and it kind of just, it's kind of jealous for most of the episode. With Liko not really realizing it until about, the end or around when she gets back to the ship, because she spends a good amount of time also trying to find her because she goes missing, right? And then she doesn't really realize what's wrong with it until later on. But by the end of the episode, it does end up coming back and helping Liko defeat a Lechonk that attacks her. So that was good to see. I really liked that scene. But by the end of the episode, Liko ends up telling her father how she feels with her, thinking about her grandmother. I want to go on a pendant. I want to go on an adventure with the pendant like my grandmother wanted, right? And of course, her dad lets her go ahead and go on. And that's basically where the episode ends. Also during this episode, we learn about, that Brassius might have saw the Rayquaza, the shiny Rayquaza that Roy's looking for. So that's the catalyst for the next episode. That's why we're going over there to this gym, right? But about this episode, it's a good character-focused episode. It's a good, character episode. That's basically what this was. Besides us arriving in Paldea, not too much happened. But this is definitely, that's because it's a character episode, right? It's about Liko wanting to leave and getting the courage to tell her dad that she wants to go. She doesn't want to stay, right? So yeah, it was a good episode. Definitely not really any complaints besides when Liko was leaving the ship, she did see Needle Thing's costume on the ship. But I don't really, it's kind of nitpick. I'm not really mad at it though, because she was in a hurry, she was thinking about a lot of stuff. So, and I can relate to that. I can relate to thinking about a lot of stuff and forgetting things. So that's fine. She'll probably remember that she saw it anyway in the future, so she'll probably remember it. But yeah, this is a good episode. No real complaints, nothing really bad. Definitely a good character episode. So next week is the big one. We're gonna meet Champion Nimona and Gym Leader Brassius, as I mentioned earlier. We already know Brassius' role. He's gonna help try to find Rayquaza. Give Roy some information about it. But what's Nimona's role? That's what I'm curious about. What role is she gonna play in this series? We'll see next episode. So that episode releases next week, and I'm gonna try to get the review out as soon as possible. Like I won't wait a few days to review it anymore. I'm gonna try to get it out Saturday morning. I'm gonna try to make that my consistent schedule with these reviews. So look forward to that, and I'll see you on the next video.